Hi friends! Today we're going to be learning a new special letter of the week. But before we do that, we're going to go through the letters that we've already learned. So I have our cards here that have the letters we've already been working on. I'm going to shuffle them up a little bit, and then you're going to help me say the letter name and sound. All right, let's hear it. O says ah, and O says oh. C says k. A says ah, and A says a. Nice work. Listen to this sentence. What sound do you hear at the beginning of each word? Dan did dig. Dragons deftly dig deep ditches. Go ahead and say it. What sound did you hear? Yeah, I heard the D sound first in each of those words, like the word D. Dan, D. Did, D. Dig. Our new letter is the letter D. This letter's name is D. Its sound is D. And we're going to use the signal for the sound of kind of like a duck opening and closing their mouth. So we would say D says D. The name is D. The sound is D. Let's see if we can feel that sound in our throat as we make it. D, D, D. What do you think? Yeah, I can feel my throat moving and kind of buzzing. D, D, D. So yes, that's a voiced sound. And you'll notice it's on a white card, so it's a consonant. It's not a vowel. Let's find it on our ABC chart. So we'll start up here at the letter A, and we'll stop when we get to our new letter, D. A, B, C, D. There it is. And what's the little picture clue? A dog. We hear the D, D, D sound first in the word dog. D, just like C and A, are at the beginning of the alphabet. We talked about O, that's in the middle of the alphabet. But the other letters we've learned, A, C, and D, they're all at the beginning of the alphabet. For our connection today, I have this little donut. So we could say D, D, donut. You try that. Let's read our little book and see what other words we can find that have the first sound D. So I have my front cover, my back cover, and the spine of my book. On the front cover, we have the same picture clue that we had on our ABC chart. This is a D, D, dog. We're going to do a my turn, your turn as we read this book. My turn, D, D, dog. Your turn. Ooh, what's this a picture of? A door. D, D, door. Your turn. This is an animal. This is a duck. My turn. D, D, duck. Your turn. Another animal. What's this animal's name? A deer. My turn. D, D, deer. Your turn. What word would you use to tell about this picture? Yeah, that's a doll. My turn. D, D, doll. Your turn. And here we just have, like always at the end of our stories, a lot of uppercase and lowercase letter D. You'll notice the uppercase and lowercase letters do not look the same with this letter. Next, we're going to come up with our own list of words that have the first sound D. So I have uppercase D and lowercase d written at the top of my paper. So what do you think? What's a word that has the first sound D? Go ahead and shout it out. D, D. Dog, like on our ABC chart. Dog. D, Og. Dog has the first letter D, which makes the sound D, D, D in the word dog. What other words can you think of with the first sound D? Donut, just like our little connection that we looked at earlier. Donut. D, D, donut. What other words can you think of? Dinosaur. D, D, dinosaur. That is a long word. Whoop, I almost ran out of room. That's a long word. Dinosaur. Let's try to think of two more. Doll. That's one of the pictures that we saw in our book. Doll. D, D, doll. Let me think of one more. Ooh, duck. That was also in our book. It's an animal, a duck. D, D, duck. Now we're just going to echo read these words that you helped me think of that have the first sound D. So we'll do a my turn, your turn. My turn, D, dog. Your turn. My turn, D, donut. Your turn. My turn, D, dinosaur. Your turn. My turn, D, doll. Your turn. And our last word, my turn, D, duck. Your turn. Last, we're just going to look at a picture of a drum. So when we learn to write the letter D, we're going to be thinking about this drum picture to help us remember how we make the lowercase letter D. So to make lowercase d, we're always going to start by going around the drum, just like a C. Then we'll go back up to the tip-top attic, and we'll make this straight line down. Try that with me. Use your wiggle finger to trace as I'm tracing on the picture. We go around the drum, back up, tall line down the stick. One more time. We start in the middle, go around the drum, back up, down the stick. So you'll notice we're going around and making a lowercase letter C. So we go around the drum to make our C, back up to the tip-top attic, and we go down the drumstick. That's just a little trick that we're going to use to help us remember how to make the lowercase letter D.